Hello everyone, welcome to the React course. So in this tutorial we will explore how we can pass functions as a props to our components. That is very useful thing and we will get into that in a second. But before we start, please subscribe to my channel for the next videos. And yeah, let's start, shall we? So I'm opening my editor right now. The last time, as you remember, we were creating the product lists and we were also filtering the products for different manufacturers, etc. But now let's try to just use the one product list, and in that product list let's add some button to remove these products from that products list. So as you see here, we defined our state inside the app body component, and we are passing directly the products to a component named products list. If we came up here and if we just write the functions directly here, we cannot actually change what we are passing as a product to that products list component. So what we need to do, we need to actually create that function here to filter, also remove some of these products when we press the button to remove that. So we can do it. I will show you how we will do it right now. And as you see, we haven't used that set product state ever before. So what I would like to show you into the use state, we have predefined our states here, as you can see. And here in the set product state, we can change that state. And here, if we pass some functions to the products list, we can trigger that set products state function directly inside that component, and we can do the function props passing to another component. Before we start, I will create just a dummy function so you can understand better the whole process we will do. So I will do const delete element from products. It will not delete something right now, it will just console log, and let's add an ID here as also number, and we can also say console log ID, also let's say delete element, and we can call it like this. Alright, as you see, we have used the string, and also here we just passed the ID here, and delete element from products is a function we have created. Now how we can use that function inside this products list component? We need to create here a type for the, as you see, we have the products and the title, these are coming from here. Now let's call it here, we need to define the delete element from products, element from products, and as you see, this is a function we call void. We will not return anything, we will just call void and that's it. And here it's asking us to provide the products list to that function now. So let's go, we can say, let's make this like this, would be looking much more nicer. Alright, delete element from products, and we will pass a function here which is this one, and it says the type ID void is not assignable to type, so we forgot to add our ID parameter here, and it just warned us at the beginning, so we didn't have to go and fix the stuff one more time. So as you see, there is a delete element from products is missing types but required here, and there is a at the line 30, when we call it here, no, the error is gone. I think I haven't saved this file. When I save it now, it is gone now. Alright, so we have we have the delete element from products defined here, and this delete element from products, we can use it directly inside the products list component right now. So what I would like to do, I would like to add a very small button here, and this button will be actually just an X and nothing else. So, or let's call it delete. And here on click, we define the delete element from products. We will need to get that here, and we call that function here. And we need to, it says the types of parameter ID is not available. We need to pass the product.id. And void is not assignable for the mouse event handler, so we can make it like this. So it will be a function we are calling, and that generates another function and returns nothing. Alright, that's cool. So let's go to our application now. As you see, our delete button came up there. Let's open my console and I will show you here. What happens if I click the delete now? Nice. As you see, I have clicked the delete element 1, and the ID of it came up there. Let's put the ID somewhere visible so we can compare it much more easy. h3 ID product.id. Alright, now let's go there. Let me delete this one. Okay, as you see, let's go to ID 8, delete element 8. Let's go 9, delete element 9. So we added our delete button, and what we did, we pass this function from another component. As you see, actually we have defined our function here and we pass it directly as a props, and we did nothing else, and we have the console log the delete element ID. So what we will do now, how we can set this products and remove the ID with the corresponding ID, I will show you right away. So const new products list equals products, and we will filter, and here when we filter that products list, we can map through actually. Yeah, filter is fine. So we can say the filter here, the filter we will have the product itself, and then we will say if the product that ID doesn't equal to ID itself, it will return the new products list with the products which we didn't pass here. So the products here, we already, it says we have already defined it. So let's make it product.id. It should be gone now. Alright, then we have the new products list. So I will show you console.log new products list. Alright, what do we expect here? We are sending the ID from this component inside that prop, and we are filtering the elements if it's not equal to that ID, right? If it's not equal to that ID, we are returning it. So let's go test it out. So if I click let me clear that out, and if I click this one, as you see, the delete element 7, and when we go here, as you see, the ID 7 is not exist here, which is iPhone 13. We don't have it there. 11, 12, 14. Now what I will do, let's go with the first one. It will be much more easy. As you see, the iPhone X there, when I click the delete, we have the 8 elements. iPhone X is not there. The ID 1 is missing. So that's the thing. Right now we need to set product state with the new product list. Alright, now when we make that, let's close this one. Also keep the ID here. Alright, what will happen now? Think about it before we proceed for a couple of seconds. What will happen when I click the delete button? Gone. As you see, we just write the delete element here, and we after that we have filtered all of the products. If the product ID doesn't match with the product ID, we just return all of the new products list, and we set product state into the new products list. As you see, also I want to show you something. If you go to components here, if you go to products list, if you come here, as you see, we have the products starting from IDs like this. Let's keep that open. Now I would like to delete ID 6. Gone. It's also gone from there, it's also gone from here. Let's remove all of them, one by one. All of them is gone now. As you see, the products is empty and the products list is empty. Of course, when we refresh the page, we are not saving it to any database or any interacting with the servers right now. When we refresh the page, all of the products will come. But you can delete the products like this. As you see, it's much more easy. So let's add some styling to that button as well. Then we can finish that tutorial, and yeah, we can continue afterwards. So let's call it the class name, and we will say app product delete button. Alright, good. And when we go to the app.css, here we can say, and let's call it, let's write the styling here first, so it will be, we can just copy paste it. Can call margin 10 pixel, margin bottom 10 pixel, and it looks good, or make it 16 pixels. I think that looks good like this. So the delete button is there. Also let's give it a width of, I don't know, 80 pixels and a height of 40 pixels. No, it's so much. 20, 30 pixels. Oh, we don't need to give the height. It's alright. Just copy these ones and we can paste them here, and that's it. As you see, we have added the styling. Whenever we click that button, it just removes one of the elements from the view, and it just shows you there is a blue thing blinking here. As you notice, it means it is re-rendered. So that's all from this side. We have just passed, let me briefly go through all of the steps again. We have our products list component. And inside that products list, since we're passing all of these products in a higher level, we need to use that products list and we need to pass a function which we can trigger it inside that component. Which we did. We defined our function as a delete element from products, which is getting ID as a parameter, and when we click the button for the deletion, it will just make the delete inside our component onto the state itself. And that's it. Please subscribe for the next lessons as well, and we will continue the React series afterwards. And thank you for listening so far, and I wish you happy days. Goodbye.